What is up, guys? It is Sam the Gacha Man here alongside my boy Pogoranichnik. I am working on an alternate team to use Pog. I think he's pretty cool, and I refuse to be dissuaded by the negative stuff that I've seen about him. I think he's awesome. So I'm working on a secondary team to use him. Obviously, I'm still using my girl, Levitain, but he will become part of the rotation. But I want to talk a little bit today about some interesting things that I've seen online. Basically, people who've completed the game and their feedback, kind of juxtaposing that, comparing that, contrasting that with my experience and my feedback. Also, what I've seen from you guys and other content creators. And basically, people rush to the end and beat the game. They said they've been playing like 8 to 12 hours a day. I saw a guy on Reddit, he sent like screenshots of everything. He's got completely maxed out on pretty much every single area in the game. There's no missions left for him to do. There's like a few things of intel that he can find and things like that. Maybe a chest here or there, but pretty much done. Just a reminder, you guys can get $200 worth of rewards in Raid Shadow Legends by clicking the link in the description of the video below. It is definitely worth it. Again, you'll get 1 legendary that's awesome and 3 amazing epics as well. And I thought that was so interesting because I was like, I don't have any desire to do that. I feel like my experience has almost been the opposite. If you ask me like to list out my favorite things about this game, the story is on there for things that I like, but it's pretty far down the list. I think my favorite part has just been the beautiful graphics in the world, exploring and feeling rewarded for my exploring, and then building. I think the factory has been very cool, and like learning it slowly and starting to piece it together has been awesome. I think the economy stuff is a little interesting, but I think it motivates me to work more on optimizing the factory, which I enjoy. Maybe that's not for everybody, but I do enjoy it. But I just don't have any desire to like rush to the end of this. You can see this check mark right here, Eve of Battle, on the video last night. So the video you would have watched yesterday, or I posted the day before, we unlocked this checkpoint. We haven't progressed here at all, but we've played probably 6 hours today, on and off. And we've completely stripped one of my factories and rebuilt it, and we've leveled up several things, and we even upgraded or unlocked a new outpost and factory over here in the Science Park. We unlocked the infrastation. This was all today, right? And so we've made big progress. I'm just not that focused on the story, right? Like I've got other things that I'm working on. I've been working on zipline towers and spreading out my relay station and unlocking new things, and that's what I've been finding joy in. So I'm just curious, like if you run to the end and you beat it, what are you playing for? You have no PvP. You've beat the end game. And what's interesting is, I'll see if I can find the post on Reddit. The guy kind of complained about the early game. He's like, I will not restart this game. I guess he just waits for the next content to be added, but that feels just bizarre to me. So I don't know. I kind of want to get some feedback from you guys. Like, what do you think about the game? He had some very interesting feedback, which I'll get into in just a second, about some of the earlier stuff and different aspects of it, because I do want to talk about all things Arknights Endfield. But I feel weird. Like if I were to beat the game today, I want to still play, but I wouldn't want to start over. I agree. I think so. We talked a lot about the early game feeling like the pacing was off, and I totally agree. It feels like it's just a non-stop dump of like, here's a tutorial how to play the game, but also here is a buttload of lore and tons of cutscenes and tons of dialogue. And to be completely honest, not a huge criticism, but I have not been super enjoying of the cutscenes and the dialogue, and I feel like I'm kind of just skipping a lot of them at this point. I watch enough to kind of get the gist of what's going on, or I read descriptions when I skip the cutscenes, and it lets me know what I'm skipping. But yeah, I'm just not really enjoying that part too much. So let me know if I'm in the minority there. I'm not sure, but I just feel like I've put so much time into this game, and watching all those cutscenes just adds more time onto it. And what I want to do is play the game and explore and build. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. He basically said if I had to restart again, I would just like delete the game and never come back, which is harsh. But I get what he's saying. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think. Let me see if I can pull up that Reddit post, because it was very interesting just seeing him, seeing his opinions and everything. So yeah, 100% and some final thoughts. So this is his post in regional level 12. Completed all the quests. You can explore Talos too. Like there's just nothing to do. He has all of his medals, 25 gold, 10 silver, and 8 bronze, I guess. He's beaten the edge space salvage, which is pretty in game. I've only done like a teeny tiny bit of this. I maybe have like 3 to 5,000 out of 50,000. But yeah, he talked all about this. He talked about how free to play friendly it is, which I think I totally agree. The more I play it, the more I'm like, there is so many resources to be claimed, and I find myself just getting more and more pulls. And you can start saving Ora Barrel for the next one once you get your banner champion. Hopefully it won't take you all the way to Mercy, but I understand that for a lot of people it will. He said he enjoys the story part in Wu Ling, which maybe I will once I get there. I'm assuming that that's what happens when I talk to Perlica, because she's sitting at the edge of the map right over here, and it looks like that's leading into the new area. So perhaps that is Wu Ling, because again, when I go over here, it looks like this is like a raised plateau that I've not seen or had access to. So I think I'm almost there. It's hard for me to gauge because I haven't watched all of the different gameplay to see how far there is to go, but it looks like I'm getting towards the end game, with that being the last region that is unlocked. So that's exciting. He said he liked Levitane's story, but besides that, he feels like the story in general is meh, a little bit simple of bad things are happening, so the good guy steps in, which I totally agree. Talks about the pacing. He's not a big fan of the economy, which I think is fair in terms of the numbers. I've heard it gets very, very groggy late game, but he still thinks it's an amazing game, big free to play, and I completely agree. I thought that was a great overall review of the game, and it makes me content, and it makes me happy that I am where I'm at in the game, and I'm not like knocking on the door of the end of the game, because I'd be sad to stop playing or sad to not know what I'm doing. So that's why I've made this video, is to hear some feedback from you guys of what you're doing next, what you're spending your time on. Without there being PvP, like it's not like there's something you can grind and like try and earn more headhunts, so you can like pull more champions, right? So what are you playing for? I don't know. I just feel like that's interesting. I've never played, I mean, I guess I have played some like single player story mode games, but this is such an open-ended game, and with it being a gacha game, I don't think I've ever played anything like this where there is an end in sight. And there is a point relatively like not that far in the future where I just don't have any more check boxes to check. So anyways, a lot of rambling today, but hopefully some of this was interesting to you guys. If you guys do enjoy the content, I appreciate the support of you subscribing to the channel, and I'll see y'all on the next one.